It's me, your old pal Rory, back for another week on Amen and Amen.net. I still can't post that goddamn URL to the Facebook page. It's really stupid. So that's why I spell it out in big capital letters. So it's obvious, and the stupid Facebook algorithm doesn't prevent people from seeing it. So yeah, that was the Gun Club. That was a recently released demo from Miami. Texas Serenade was the song. And Blixa Sounds just put that out a few days ago. So it comes with a remastered edition of Miami, as it has already been widely circulated for years, and then a whole bunch of demos, all the demos from the album, like for each of the songs on Miami, and then demos for songs that would appear on the Death Party EP by the Gun Club, and then also a demo of Walking with the Beast that was out on the Las Vegas story. And that Walking with the Beast demo is way different than the one on the Las Vegas story, the album proper version. But yeah, I really think that out of everything on it, that rendition of Texas Serenade is the best. A lot of the songs on there aren't so much different from what's on the album. It's definitely like different takes or mixes, but just that really grabbed me. I think that mix or take or whatever the hell you want to call it of Texas Serenade might even be superior to the original, or officially sanctioned released version that appeared on Miami. Anyway, that's enough talking about the Gun Club in Miami for a while. You can go grab that online now since it's out. As maybe some people know, I think probably a lot of people don't care. I wasn't here last week, but we're going to put a push on that. I know I said that the week before too, but I think I'll have a lot more time on my hands coming up for reasons I won't get into here. Maybe it pertains to one thing that's coming up on the show later, which is a whole set of songs about being unemployed. I won't confirm or deny anything, but yeah, we got that coming up. We got Zach's going to pop by for I'm Allowed in about 55 minutes from now, and 52 minutes to be precise. And then there's all the stuff that I usually play, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I'll ever have a really good name for it. All the unusual, nonsensical, unusually good music that I play, or at least that's what I classify it as. I guess it's up to you if you want to think it's unusually good or not, but yeah, that's your call. I guess you might think it's okay if you're listening for this long. So next I'm going to play Make Kin by Nightshift, and this is from their forthcoming album Zoe. It's going to come out next year through Trouble in Mind, but they posted this one song from the album, and it's really good. So, yeah, I thought it would make sense to play it on the radio show. So how about I'll do that right now.
Of maturing identities, so in their mind through relationships and time, try to not get left behind.
Us forwards, or are we going back? The false promise of tomorrow with an incandescent lag.
The poster child's imposter syndrome, an insomniac, but in your dreams, where you are the most free, you see the words. Making, be a telescopic wanderer. Begin to be a metaphoric warrior. Remember velocity. Making, be a telescopic wanderer. Begin to be a metaphoric warrior. Embracing the complexities of maturing identities, sail in your mind through relationship and time. Try to not get left behind. Pacify, optimize, unify, autonomize.
Because I don't think I can get out of this thing worth a shit. Nobody can, so, you know.
I don't want your money. Oh, I don't want your sympathy. I don't want your best wishes. I don't want you to cry over me. I just want you to leave me alone with the hurt that you gave. Let me find a way to die. I don't want your love letters. I can't use all the presents you gave. You can take away all the flowers. I won't see them down in my grave. I just want you to leave me alone with the hurt that you gave. Let me find a way to die. You keep on telling me that you love me. Then you keep on hurting me so shamefully. You can go away, please leave now. Oh, your voice brings pain to my heart. We've passed the point of no return now. I'm too weary to make a new start. I just want you to leave me alone with the hurt that you gave. Let me find a way to die. Let me find a way to die.
Hey. So that was Tantrum, Administration of Trauma, from their 2020 demo tape through Richter scale. That came out a while ago. That came out in like January or something, and I just didn't pick up on it then. But I'm glad I eventually did. So what else was there? Haldol. Before that, Truth of an Arrow from their upcoming album, Negation. That'll be out next year through Play Alone. That was a nice surprise to stumble across the other day. I really love their album, the totalitarianism of everyday life. I still can't talk today. Yeah, so that's on their Bandcamp page too. I'll post a link to them, as I usually do, when I put the playlist up later. So yeah, that song and another one from Negation. That one's Truth of an Arrow. I can't remember if I said that. Those are both up on the Bandcamp page to listen to. Then there was Billy Rufus with a nice dark one, A Way to Die, from a 1967 single through K-Ark Records. I assume it's spelled or whatever. I assume it's pronounced K-Ark because it's K-Ark. I don't think it's Kark. It just sounds really weird. Heard Ella's before that, Llovïo, from a 1968 single through CEM. You can buy your very own copy off Discogs right now for about 125 euros if you're into that. And then to start, Nightshift, Make Kin from their forthcoming album Zoe through Trouble in Mind. Going to play Ronnie Isle and the Blisters next, Bad Sunburn from their 1958 single through MGM. The other side of this is really good too, Wicked. I'll probably play that later. I don't think I've played that on the show yet. So yeah, we'll get the Bad Sunburn. We got a bunch more stuff. I got a bunch more stuff for you. I still don't know who we is. And yeah, Zach's coming up in about a half hour, and we'll see what else I don't know.
Such a bad sunburn.
Oh, I'm so red.
Such a bad sunburn.
From my toe, come up to my head.
Such a bad sunburn. Ooh, hey, hey.
I wish that I was dead. Oh,
Oh, real bad sunburn.
ow! Don't touch me, Clyde.
Such a bad sunburn.
Oh, my bullet, Clyde.
There's such a bad sunburn.
I have to sleep on my side.
Such a bad sunburn. I won't hit.
Almost got fried.
Oh, real bad sunburn.
Ow! Don't touch me, Clyde.
Oh, such a bad sunburn.
Oh, I'm so sore.
Oh, such a bad sunburn.
I'll never go swimming no more.
Such a bad sunburn.
Always got tan before.
Real bad sunburn.
Ow! Don't touch me, Clyde. Get your cotton-picking hands off of the back. Quit.
Jeszcze tylko kilka dni, kilka bardzo długich dni, trochę godzin, trochę chwil, a potem razem w góry stromą ścieżką ścieżką poprzez las, w inny czas, podniebny czas, gdzie zegarek chmury, tam dzień srebrnym mostem i noc taka prosta, w skalistej ciszy ta noc. Uśmiechamy się znów, rozmawiamy bez słów można słyszeć. Jeszcze tylko kilka dni, kilka bardzo nudnych dni, trochę godzin, trochę chwil, a potem w nasze niebo wiatr wysoki niesie nas, w inny czas, podniebny czas. Cóż nam więcej trzeba? Tam świt głową w niebie, tam zmierzch jest dla ciebie, tam śpiewa słońce i ptak. Uśmiechniemy się znów, pomyślimy bez słów, tak, tak iż bez końca. W niebie, tam zmierzch jest dla ciebie, tam śpiewa słońce i ptak. Uśmiechniemy się znów, pomyślimy bez słów, tak, tak iż bez końca, tak, tak iż bez końca.
Probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
Kick that habit, man. That kick habit, man. Kick habit, that man. Habit kick that man. That habit kick, man. Habit that kick, man. Kick that man habit. That kick man habit. Kick man bad habit. Man kick bad habit. That man kick habit. Man that kick habit. Kick habit man, that habit kick man, that kick man habit, that man kick habit, that habit man kick that, man habit kick that, that habit man kick, habit that man kick, that man habit kick. Man, that habit kick. Habit, man, that kick. Man, habit, that kick.
Okay. That was Montana Wildhack. The song is called Summer, and it's taken from an album of the same name that they put out yesterday as a self-release job. And I guess it is summer in Australia, where they're from. We also heard before that Monte Cazazza, Kick That Habit Man, taken from his Something for Nobody EP put out by Industrial Records in 1980. I used to have that on a 7-inch. I bought that from, I think it was Genesis Peorage's online store years ago. And it was a mint copy, never before played. I don't even think I played it. I think I wanted to preserve it. But, yeah, I don't know if old Jen would have sent that out himself or if he had one of his people do that. But it was neat to have something from the whole Industrial Records history, I guess, so to say. Monte still does stuff these days, actually. He's still active, putting out new music and playing shows, or I guess when it's possible to play shows, he plays them based on how the world is now. And he maintains a pretty entertaining Facebook page that you can find under his own name. And I'll tag it anyway, just for the purposes of tagging Monte after the show on the playlist, so you can have a look at that yourself. Then before that, it was Siostry, Panas, and Tajfuny from Poland, and the song was, I'll pop this into Google Translate here, do everybody a favor. It translates to With Head in Heaven, but it is actually in Polish called
Głową w Niebie.
I don't know how helpful that would be for anybody who even speaks Polish, because the computer just kind of mumbles it. Let's see here.
Z głową w niebie.
Okay. Anyhow, it was pretty cool. I was reading about them a little bit. And actually, one of the sisters, Anna, she wrote or co-wrote a lot of the stuff that they did. And she's still alive. I don't know if she's still writing music or not, but yeah, I thought that was neat because a lot of, I guess, you know, girl groups or whatever from that time weren't writing their own music. And there weren't a lot of girl groups or whatever in the Eastern Bloc, so it was kind of neat. So that was put out on an EP, Chłopak. I'm not going to put that through Google Translate. That came out in 1966 through Polskie, Nagrania, Muza. And then to start, Ronnie and the Blisters' Bad Sunburn from a 1958 MGM single. And I'm going to get moving along here because I got a whole nother set of songs. And then Zach will be up in about 15 minutes or something like that. And then after that, it's the promised set of songs about unemployment or joblessness or whatever you want to call it. Next is Shifting. The song is Spudgasm. This came out through a bunch of labels. Permafrost, Constant Disappointment, Gabu, Assos'Y'Song, and Whosbrain Records. And the title of the album is It Was Good. I think it still is good. And that was earlier this year, August, I think. So while I shine my boots in my underwear, you can listen to this.
time, Lambikins. Make yourself a drink, baby.
No, thanks, Dutch.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.
Tu me convies au concert. Je suis servi d'un vivère en fait qui ne rit pas. Tu me pries à dîner, me ris au nez, me fait avaler mon propre riz au lait. Tu m'as
just mustered. That song is called October, and it comes from a single with 2 songs, or an EP, or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter anymore. I don't know. Do all these industry terms make a difference? I don't think so. But anyway, yeah. 2 songs on this thing that it came out on. Frank/October. I think it might have actually had a physical release too, through Pizza Records in 2019. So that was the song October. Then before that, it was Zuzu with Mes Conventions from L'Intégrale, which came out in 2003 as a CD retrospective of her work. I don't think that was ever properly released around the time it was recorded. I think it was like an unreleased track they tossed on there. Then there was Eva with En El Corredor from a self-titled EP they put out by means of Chicken Attack Records. And started things off with Shifting. The song was Spudgasm from their album It Was Good, put out this year by a whole bunch of labels I'm not going to name again because you can look it up later. So that music you hear in the back can only mean one thing. It's time to talk to Zach Coons by conventional telephone.
I hope I keep my mailman called Mr. Mac away from Zach.
My name is Meg and I'm scared of Zach.
Hello, you deranged lunatic, you.
Hey there,
Have
big
they
guy.
arrested you?
Well, they might be trying to do that, but I think I can get through the show before they do. They haven't arrested you yet, obviously, if you're still talking on the phone.
Yeah, I think, Dylan, did you ever have a nickname growing up?
I never really did, no. Only very short-lived ones. One was Dirthead, because we'd hang around in the woods a lot, and there was just a couple of instances where I was wearing this jacket that had a hood on it, and I had the hood up fairly often, and it just kept getting dirt on it. So that was the only real one I could think of. That was a pretty good one. I kind of liked that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. I was hoping there was a metaphorical reason why you were called Dirthead, but that's the most literal reason to be called that, I guess.
I think nicknames usually are pretty literal.
I think so. Yeah. You don't really get. I had a really metaphorical nickname when I was in high school, Captain Roughneck.
What was that from?
I'm not sure what it was from. I can't remember what. I think it's. I got in the habit of really kind of self-referentially referring to myself as Roughneck because it got mentioned. I really liked the 19th century French poet Arthur Rimbaud, and he uses roughneck a lot, to kind of characterize a certain way of being in this world, like a way of responding to life, and kind of like I don't know, I'm not sure the exact terminology, but it kind of toughening up to the crudity of life, essentially. And I stole this shirt. Actually, I didn't steal it. Well, I did steal it, but accidentally. In high school gym class, I was the captain of the baseball team in just that class. I played baseball in high school, but I wasn't the captain of the team. But in the gym class I was in, so we had shirts there were captain shirts, and I walked out with a captain shirt. I ended up just wearing it all the time. I thought I at that time really enjoyed it. It was like it was made with those like iron-on letters. It was like Comic Sans font. Captain. I thought I got a pretty big kick out of it, and then but I think maybe those two things combined is all I can figure. I don't remember how it got coined or how it got started or any of that stuff at all. Really, all that well, but I remember that one being attributed.
T-shirts always help
attributed
with
to me.
nicknames or just articles of clothing in general. Like a good friend of mine from Newfoundland, his name is Chris, but he had this nickname Maha. And what happened was when he was in high school, he went to a different school than I did. But one day he was wearing this Yamaha T-shirt, and then he had one of those like plaid shirts that went over it that people would wear, kind of like typical grunge fashion. And then some guy was just like, "Hey, Maha," and pointed at him in reference to just being able to see the word Maha on the shirt, and it stuck. And it was so widely known that people would call his house and ask his mom, like, "Hey, can I talk to Maha, please?" And she'd know. She'd just hand him the phone. So he's still
It'd be really bizarre if people called his house and asked for that, and then she handed them his grandmother.
It could have
Oh,
happened.
Maha,
Yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Here's his grandmother.
Yep. So yeah, what else you got going on today, other than thinking about nicknames?
I've had a really strange couple of weeks. I moved back to Columbus, Ohio from the from Smoky Mountains. So I've gone from being in absolute isolation to being, living with my roommate, and we've been having a weekly fire and just being around, seeing people in general. I mean, seeing strangers, which I really was going through. I had days where I wouldn't see anybody at all, really, almost a week at a time. Sometimes I'd go without seeing another human being. That's been a really bizarre re-entry. I've been taking these long walks, and I've forgotten how dangerous they can be. I was also taking long walks down there, but I was taking long walks in the woods where I wouldn't encounter another human being. But when you put other human beings into any equation, usually there's a possibility of something really good happening, and the possibility of something really dangerous happening. I had two really unusual walking experiences over the last couple weeks. One, I went to there's a place. It's one of the longest covered bridges in the eastern part of the United States, called the Bridge of Dreams. I got really bored one night. I got a wild hair. It's about an hour out of Columbus. I got a wild hair, so I thought I'm going to drive to this Bridge of Dreams here. So I went, and it was dark when I got there, and I started walking, and I know you share this affinity. Once I start walking, I really just love to walk for miles and miles and miles and miles.
Yep.
So I was walking for miles and miles. It was like there was the covered bridge, and then there was just a paved road that went past it. That must have been for cycling or something. I guess I don't know, but yeah. So I walked for about 5 miles, and then turned around and walked back the other way. And as I was coming back, there was a light off into the distance, and I couldn't tell if it was, because it was so far off, I couldn't tell if it might have been like a car or some, it was too far off to be able to determine what size it really was. But as I kept walking, it kept getting closer and closer. The light kept getting closer and closer to me. So such that finally I was within 100 yards of it, and I realized it was probably at one of those headlamps. So anyway, I kept walking toward it, but I picked up a rock and a stick, because it was in the dark in the middle of nowhere with nobody was within miles around at all. So, it was a potentially dangerous situation. And I picked up a rock and a stick, and then I called out, "Hey, hello there!" No response at all. Well, I kept walking on toward it, gripping the rock and the stick harder.
Yep.
And I called out again when the light was maybe, 25 feet away. I called out, "Hey, hello there, how are you?" No response at all. So it got to be where it was maybe 20 feet away, and the light started moving toward me really rapidly. Like, essentially, a person was running toward me. Not essentially, they were running toward me. And so I raised that stick up thinking, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
It's, this is do or die type situation. So the light moved toward me really rapidly over the course of maybe 3 seconds. And then I really couldn't tell. I think, it's hard to determine in the dark what a person's face looks like if they're wearing a headlamp, one of those things you put around your head. So whatever this creature was, moved toward me, got within maybe 3 feet of me, stopped absolutely still, and we were basically just standing within a few feet of one another, and I could tell that they were looking at me because the headlamp was going directly in my eye. I said, "Hello, how are you?" Again, no response. And then this creature just slowly walked by me, and then got a few feet away from me, and then took off again at full speed. It was an extremely surreal experience. I thought I was toast.
Yeah, that sounds pretty frightening. Like I'd be a bag of nerves if I had that happen to me.
I was, but it was at the same time I had a lot of adrenaline flowing. Like I was ready. I was ready for the potential of violence for sure. And then the light and the person just continued moving on out into and then actually I got back and read that there's an urban legend about this creature that hangs out around there, like a cryptid essentially, that does similar things like that. Basically, observes human beings close up. It's not known to be violent or anything like that, but just gets really close to you. I'm not saying that's what it was, but it was interesting that there was it's interesting there was an urban legend about it being there. About it being kind of a haunted place or something like that.
Okay.
It wasn't quite a haunted thing, but a cryptid. This kind of mythological creature that hangs around there. They even had a name for it, and I'm kicking myself because I don't remember the name right off the top of my head. But there was a name for it. Like in the. Do you have those in Canada? Are there urban legends of cryptids? Like we have the Mothman and the New Jersey Devil and all these Bigfoot. I guess would kind of consider a cryptid.
We didn't really have them in Newfoundland, but I think. Like, the idea isn't a foreign concept. I mean, maybe in other places they did. Maybe in, not in the town I grew up, but maybe they did in the city or something like that. Or, yeah. I'm sure probably in, on the continent, then they had stuff like that. But, I can't really remember any. It's probably, it might just be some kind of, mentally disturbed person out there who lives out in the woods or in some shack or something. And then they just kind of stumble around in the dark and encounter people. I don't know, but it would still be. I'd be absolutely terrified to have to deal with that. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, it was very unsettling.
Yeah, if it gets so close to you like that, it would have been one thing if you seen it and tried to talk to it and then it kind of ran away. You'd see where it was going because of the headlamp. But yeah, when it's getting up in your business like that, that's. Not a comfortable situation, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I know it saw me. I had that stick, or the stick raised up to knock it in the head. If I needed to, it wasn't my intention to do that, but that's a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Not like you can call the cops or something like that. No one's going to get there. Not that I'd call the cops anyway, but they're not going to get there within any range of time that they could actually do anything to help you. So you're very much left to your own devices in those types of situations.
It's the bridge of dreams for you.
Yeah, it was a bridge of nightmares. I guess would have been the more appropriate.
Actually,
epithet for it.
To just interrupt the story for a minute, got me thinking, have you ever been to Suicide Bridge Road in Maryland? There's actually a bridge called Suicide Bridge that ties into the name Suicide Bridge Road. So either one of those. No? It's on the peninsula part that's kind of shared with Delaware or whatever. Mm-hmm. They even have a Suicide Bridge restaurant. So if you're ever over that way, might be worth taking a gander.
Is it called that because people go there and commit suicide? I mean, I guess any bridge can be used for that purpose.
I would assume. I don't know what the history on it is actually. I just know that it exists, and it's hilarious and bizarre.
Yeah, yeah, unsettling for sure. Is the restaurant actually called the Suicide Bridge Restaurant?
Yeah, it is. Yep, they're not.
What an unimaginative. You probably don't have a lot of restaurants with suicide in the title.
I'm willing to bet that might be the only one.
Yeah, there might be some kitschy. There could potential they could have some kitschy ones out there, but there aren't a lot anyway. Under 10 probably, and throughout the world. Not usually a concept you try to cash in on anyway.
Yeah. I like the description here on Google. Suicide Bridge Restaurant, fresh seafood and regional fare in a relaxed setting overlooking a marina with historic riverboats.
Huh. Yeah, that's what the name evokes for me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nooses hanging everywhere. Throughout the restaurant.
Yep, cyanide pills in little candy bowls that you can grab as you see fit.
Yeah. And then the second one, I was walking around my neighborhood. My neighborhood that I live in, Columbus, is kind of like middle of the road dangerous. It's not, it's not. It's not overwhelmingly a place that you wouldn't consider walking around at night, but the potentiality is there. I mean, my car's been rifled through before, and all that sort of stuff's happened before. So
yeah, enough to keep you on your toes.
I mean, enough to keep you on your toes. Yeah, not something I have been taking walks in the dark around the neighborhood pretty often. But I don't walk around with, any intense amount of beer. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it, obviously. As that's not really a desirable way to feel for me, anyway. But I was walking. There's a park with a baseball field in it, and I thought it'd be fun to walk. I don't know. I decided to walk in the baseball field in the dark, and I was around a dugout, and from behind this dugout appeared this older, heavy-set man who was holding something in his hand. It was dark enough. It was dark enough that I could tell it was just light enough for me to tell there was something in his hand, but it was too dark for me to determine what that thing in his hand was. And he said, "Here, come over here. Come here. Come behind this. Come over here with me." And I just took off at full speed. Nothing good is going to come from me going behind this dugout. In the history of human life, nothing good has ever come from going behind a dugout, going out of view with a stranger in the dark, in a city, in an urban setting.
When he's demanding that you come here, like, who's going to be like, okay, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. You didn't have to demand it. I was going to do it anyway, buddy. Thank you for the opportunity. So I took off at full speed, hoping that he didn't have a gun to blow my head off as I was running. Because I figured like that was my only option. I didn't have any weapons on me, or I didn't plan on something like that happening. So, yeah, that took off and then kind of like looked over my shoulder after I'd gotten a pretty long distance. And he hadn't tried to follow. Like I said, he was an older man and he was heavy set. So I knew there was a pretty good chance, unless he used to be an NFL running back, that I probably would be able to outrun him, you know.
Yeah.
And he hadn't really moved all that. Oh, I could still see him back there, but he didn't really. He had like taken a few steps to try to follow me and decided that it was not going to be a successful venture for him anyway. But
he's got to try different tactics
the whole time.
He's got to try more like, hey, I need help or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that would have been the smart, you know, if he really wanted to. A method of deception would have been better than a method of authority in that situation. He needs to get better at mugging. Is the moral of that story. I mean, he could have just been like trying to sell me drugs. You know, which is another thing I wouldn't have had to use. So I think like those are the only two things I could have, or you know, maybe offered me sex. I don't know, because I had a really unusual experience right before I left Columbus. I don't remember if I told you about this or not, but this is a pretty wacky experience. I picked up this. I was at a like a world grocery store, that has items from around the world in it. And I was going to the parking lot to load my groceries in my car, and this African American fellow wandered up and asked me if I'd give him a ride. So I'll give you, you know, he's going pretty close to where I was going anyway. I'll give you a ride. So we were motoring around, and it wasn't very far. It was like 5 minutes away from where the grocery store. So maybe a minute and a half in, he said, "How would you like to see a big, beautiful black dick?" And I said, as politely as I could, I said, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to decline. Thank you, though. That's a thoughtful offer. And he said, "It won't cost you anything. It's for free. You know, you can take a look at this. It's not going to cost you a dime." Again, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to pass. And then we just rode in stock silence until I got him to the place where he was going. Not another word said after that.
He didn't even say thanks when you dropped him off.
No. He said, here it is. So I stopped in the road and let him out. Yeah, not another word exchanged after that. So, and that grocery store is more or less in my neighborhood. It's a neighborhood adjacent. So I've had some really the country mouse going to the big city. I've never lived in a big city before.
These guys got to try different approaches than what they're trying. I mean, I guess we all got to start somewhere, though.
Yeah. I'm glad. What an honor to be the person they're honing their craft on.
Yeah, you'll see them later, and they'll offer their thanks for at least showing them the ropes and stuff for how these solicitations work.
Yeah. A friend of mine posited that I should have just said yes. I'll take a look. Because that would have been the polite thing to do.
Yeah. And just be like, "Oh, okay.
I don't
cool,
know.
Man.
Yeah, let's see what you're packing. Let's see what you got. I'll give you my rating based on a 10-point scale. Let's see what you're working with. I'll give you my objective reporting. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. It's do you have experiences like that in Toronto? I know Toronto is a pretty safe city.
Yeah, I never had anything like that in Toronto, really. I bang into plenty of weirdos, but not anything where I ever really felt threatened or where I was trying to be roped into some kind of sexual thing on the sly that I wasn't into. Just, you know.
Yeah.
It was all pretty reasonable there. So
pretty tame. Yeah.
But yeah, there are, just in general, a lot of strange people running around there who will ask you weird questions or whatever else. But they're all pretty harmless from my experience. I'm sure, like, I've read posts and stuff that, you know, occasionally there'll be something pop up where there's somebody who is threatening to, like, a certain demographic or whatever. So it's not just like this immaculate, wonderful, idyllic scenario, but yeah, you know, generally I think it's you could do a lot worse.
Yeah, Toronto really seems like a very, I mean, obviously crimes and murders and things like that happen, but it seems like it's a very, Canadians are just so polite. You are a polite people.
That's what they say.
I've noticed. I mean, it's just like, Toronto is almost the size of New York City, but there's the grimy aspects of New York City are kind of, I mean, still there, but there's this veneer of politeness that take some of the teeth out of it. I mean, you know, of course, those things still happen, but I mean, Columbus is, I mean, Ohio in general is like a formerly an industrial state that, you know, kind of a lot of the industry's gone and left people pretty desperate and hopeless. I mean, that's happening the world over, all over the place. Not an excuse, but at least an explanation of why it can happen here. And it's funny, like, I've read so many writers that I really like talk about Ohio in the most as one of the most desperate places in the world. Like William S. Burroughs in Naked Lunch said that there was some ancient evil in Ohio, and it predated the Indians. It was like soaked into the soil. This nameless ancient evil that resided in basically in the demarcations they used to designate the state of Ohio. This really dangerous, desperate, evil, vile place. That sounds about right to me.
Yeah,
that seems about accurate. Yeah, my roommate Eve got mugged in like the upscale grocery store parking lot a couple of months ago too. I think the pandemic is making people a little more desperate and a little more violent than they would be otherwise too, you know.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, pal, I mean, hopefully you stay safe out there in the big city. You've only been back a couple of weeks. You already had all this weird shit going on, so hopefully
I know
it gets a little quieter in that capacity.
Yeah, I think there's no way really for it to ramp up unless I get killed.
Well, hopefully that does not happen.
I'm going to avoid it.
Yeah.
In as much as humanly possible, I'm going to continue to try and stay alive to the best of my ability.
Yeah. At the very least, we need you here for the I'm Allowed segment on this show. So.
Yeah. That's pretty much my only reason for living these days.
Well, on that note, we just crossed the 27-minute mark, so I think maybe we...
Oh, my Lord. Wow. It just flew right by.
Yeah.
There's something about talking about muggings of violence that make time just zip by.
Makes it
our longest one yet, maybe.
Eyes. I think it is. I think it really is. Even the backing track
my
finished,
friend,
which is like a half hour long.
Yeah.
So.
My friend, as always, a real pleasure, real thrill to talk to you. I've actually got to listen to the show for the first time in a really long time today. And I'm really enjoying it a lot.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, that's one advantage to being back in the big town.
I might get killed, but at least I get to listen to things on the internet.
All right, old bean.
Well,
I'll talk to you next week, or I'm sure I'll be talking to you before that. But yeah, we'll jabber on here, I'm sure.
Absolutely, my friend. I'll talk to you very soon. I'll be seeing you.
Alrighty. Be seeing you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
That's it. That's the life and times of Zach Coons, part, 427. And as I mentioned earlier, going to get to this set of songs about unemployment. And I'm going to start it off. I got like 5 or 6 of these lined up in a thematical sense. So first, the Chesterfields, I Got Fired, from 1958 Cub Records single.
Get out, you're fired!
Bop, ding-a-ling-a.
I got fired. I lost my job today. Oh, gee golly, wonder what my girl will say. I got fired. Yes, it was my lucky day. I got fired. He got fired. I got fired. I lost my job today. Such a drag. Can't go out without no pay. I got fired. Yes, it was my lucky day. I got fired. He got fired. Fired. I got fired. He got fired. I got fired. He got. I got fired. I got fired. He got fired. He got fired. I got fired. I lost my job today. It's too much. Don't know what my girl will say. I got fired. He got fired. Go get a job. 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 Fired. I got fired. He got fired. I got fired. He got. I got fired. I got fired. He got fired. I got fired. I got fired. I lost my job today. It's too much. Don't know what my girl will say. I got fired. He got fired. Who got fired? You got fired. I'll be everybody. Get up. Hold it.
I say, is anybody looking for work?
Chip, 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 it's on.
Unemployment is sheer enjoyment. Unemployment is sheer enjoyment. You can really die when you get your 55. Unemployment. I was working at my job feeling mighty, mighty blue. My boss came and told me, son, today I think you're through. I felt real good and my soul felt enjoyment. Now I could collect my unemployment. You can really die when you get your 55. Unemployment. I went to window A and I heard the man say, I'm gonna show you how to get your bread today. Fill out these papers now and get in line, and in a little while you're
postman called me the other day as I walked into the door. He looked at me with a very sad face, said, I can't use you no more. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I've been walking all over town, running from door to door. Everyone I ask about a job, they give me the answer no. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. You know, I started to think, and then I called on all my friends. I asked them for some money, if they had any money to lend. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. I'm laid off. Laid off. Don't you know I'm laid off? Man, I ain't got no job. I'm laid off. I'm laid off.
Woke up this morning, it was kind of late. Feeling bad from my last night's day. Grabbed the phone and called my boss. He said, no use, son, your job is lost. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. Got up the nerve to tell off the boss. Now my goodness, my job is lost. I lost my job and I've got to find another. My mother tells me to get in the street to get a job to buy something to eat. I look here, I look there. It seems as if there isn't any work anywhere. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. Got up the nerve to tell off the boss. Now my goodness, my job is lost. I lost my job and I've got to find another. The grocery store, no work here. And at the shoe store, no work there. And at the bakery, no work here. And at the factory, no work there. No work here, no work there. Well, that seems as if there isn't any work anywhere. At the grocery store, no work here. And at the shoe store, no work there. And at the bakery, no work here. And at the factory, no work there. No work here, no work there. Now it seems as if there isn't any work anywhere. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. I lost my job and I've got to find another. Grab the phone and call my boss. He said, no use, son, your job. I lost my job and I've got to find another. Holy mackerel, mama. Oh, baby, mama, I got to get a job. Holy mackerel now. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I'm gonna save all my money, honey, baby, have myself a song. Oh, I had a little girl, just about 5'4". Yes, I had a little girl, just about 5'4". But she was so skinny, you could sleep with her hanging up. If you love me, baby, like I'm in love with you. If you love me, baby, like I'm in love with you too. You let me spend all my money, honey, baby, and save it with. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I'm gonna save all my money, honey, baby, have myself a song. Come back to me, baby, now I understand. Come back to me, baby, now I understand. My hand from now, I'm gonna be a one woman. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I don't need no job, my work's already done. I'm gonna save all my money, honey, baby, have my love a song.
Gee, I'm not certain that he really carried those sacks out here.
Little boy, won't you get it?
Too much music to play in too short of a time. I really got to be out of here in 13 minutes. So I'll try and make this quick. Ending off our set of unemployed songs. That was The Mistakes, I Got Fired, from a 1959 lo-fi single. Also heard Jerry Parsons and the Blue Jeans, Don't Need No Job, from 1959 as well, played out by M. The Supremes 4, I Lost My Job, and I've Got to Find Another, from a Sarah Records single. Then it was Escarita, Laid Off, from another 1959 single, this one through Capitol. Stephen Holliday's Unemployment, from a 1964 Dandy Records single. and the Chesterfields to start it. I Got Fired, bookending the set with songs that are called I Got Fired, but are totally different songs. So, yeah, that was out on a single in 1958 through Cub. I'm going to play something by Nervequakes next. It's called Off the Record, and it's taken from Deprogram that they just put out through Imminent Destruction. And we'll see how many more I get through. I'll pop back on and tell you what it was and do all the back announcement nonsense and say goodbye. So, yeah, here it is.
Things I've done for you.
The FSU quarterback will not play in the Peach Bowl because of a family issue. Death in the family is the rumor, Thomas.
It certainly is. You gotta love that, though, huh?
Hey, yeah. That was Vatican II, Crying in the Middle Ages. That came out in 2017 through Little Jim Records on their albums. Is it Squidriller? No. Screwdiller. Jeez, I can't even read anymore. Crying in the Middle Ages, Vatican II. Then Trigger Cut with something from their forthcoming album, Rogo. That'll be out next year. That song was called Nutcracker, just in time for the holidays. You can check out that song and another from the album at their Bandcamp page. I'll have the link for that a little later. Also heard Shelley Fabare's Pretty Please. Love the production on that one. That's from a 1965 Fontana single, and started the whole thing with Nervequakes Off the Record from Deprogram, which came out this year. All right, that's it for me. I got to get out of here. I'll be back next week. Check out the replay on awman.net, and thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Just look after yourself, as they always say, because no one else will.
Let us get the fuck out of here.
Be seeing you.
And you.